Are you ready to find out the top 10 racing events that you can tune into this weekend? So let's just get started. Hey folks, and welcome back to another episode here at RacePlazaMedia. My name is Pia, and as per usual on Thursdays, I break down for you what you can watch and where you can watch it in terms of motorsport events all across the globe. So without much further ado, let's just jump right into it. First up, of course, the Great American Race. NASCAR is back this weekend, but we only have very few rounds left. For the NASCAR Cup Series as well as the Xfinity Series, we have only 3 rounds left each. So they will be racing at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway this weekend. For the Cup Series, you'll be able to watch that on USA. And for the Xfinity Series, you can tune into that on the CW. And then there's also the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Series competing this weekend for their penultimate round. They will be racing at the Thompson Speedway, and you can tune into that on Fox. So if you haven't watched NASCAR yet, or you're already into this season, just keep in mind there's only a few rounds left. So if you're a NASCAR fan, you probably don't want to miss out this weekend. Number 2, we have lots and lots of action this weekend at Road Atlanta. We have several IMSA races happening there, including the Petit Le Mans, which is a 10-hour race of the WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. Alongside that, we also have the VP Racing Sports Car Challenge, as well as the Michelin Pilot Challenge. All of those you'll be able to tune into on Peacock, NBC, and of course IMSA TV. But if you want to watch some free action at Road Atlanta, there's also a Mazda MX-5 Cup Challenge happening there this weekend, as well as a Porsche Carrera Cup. Those two you'll be able to tune in for free on YouTube, and both of them I also highly recommend. They're always lots of fun. They're a little bit more elbows out typically on the track, which I think is always so much fun. And like I said, it's free. Who has anything against something for free? Number 3, since the guys from F1 are taking another break, since they're now moving back over here to the US, since their next stop is going to be here in Austin, we will give them a break. However, if you're missing some single-seater open wheel action, we have lots of junior leagues competing this weekend. I'm talking, of course, about F4. We have the F4 Saudi Arabia Championship competing, the F4 Italian Championship, as well as the F4 Chinese Championship, all racing this weekend. They typically have 2 races a weekend. They're much shorter. They're around like 20 to 30 minutes long. And the great thing is they're all for you to watch on YouTube. So if you're missing some F1 action, tune into F4. I highly recommend it. We always try to highlight those here on our channel because, of course, they're free. You can watch some future potential F1 talent racing, and it's very competitive just because, they're fighting for their career at this point. So we wish them good luck this weekend. Number 4, let's move on to some 2-wheel racing. Of course, the guys from MotoGP are also on a break this weekend. However, we have the Superbike World Championship, the Super Sport World Championship, as well as the Super Sport 300 World Championship, all competing in Estoril in Portugal this weekend. Of course, for all of those, you'll need the Video Pass subscription provided by Superbike. If you want to watch those, the highlights are for free on YouTube. So if you just want to tune into a little bit of the action, you can find that there. And number 5, I have some free 2-wheel action for you. One of our channel favorites, the WorldWCR. So the World Women's Circuit Racing Championship, the Women's Motorcycle Championship, is competing again this weekend in their penultimate round. They will also be racing in Estoril in Portugal. So definitely tune in for that. They have 2 races a weekend, both of them for free on YouTube. Their coverage is improving so much since last year. I highly recommend it. The championship battle is at its peak. There's lots to fight for, so I'm super excited to tune into that this weekend. Number 6, I wanted to give you some more free options so you have some more options to tune in to for this weekend. I have a single make championships, or I have 2 single make championships that I want to recommend to you this weekend. First of all, for number 6, I have the Porsche Carrera Cup Australia. They will be racing at Mount Panorama. You'll be able to watch that for free on YouTube. And like I said earlier, single make championships are just a little bit different. They're fun in their own way. They have their elbows. They're super competitive. It's a nice mix of amateurs and professionals racing depending on the Cup Series. So I can highly recommend you tuning into the Porsche Carrera Cup. Next up, in number 7, I have another single make championship that I would like to recommend to you, and that is the Toyota Gazoo Racing Australia GR Cup. They will also be racing at Mount Panorama this weekend, and again, you can tune into that for free. Last year, was it last year or was it this year? I don't even remember right now, but we had Keanu Reeves compete as one of them. We do have occasionally celebrities or people in the public eye competing in those kinds of championships, so it's always fun to see that. But nonetheless, it is a really fun championship, and I also typically really enjoy the designs of the cars. So if you're in for the looks, I would recommend the Toyota Gazoo Racing GR Cup. Number 8, I have an endurance race for you. Of course, we talked earlier about the IMSA Petit Le Mans, which is 10 hours. If that's too much for you, I also have a 4-hour endurance race for you as part of the Nürburgring Endurance Championship. Of course, they will be racing at the Nürburgring, including the Nordschleife, so the extended version, and they will be competing there for 4 hours this weekend. If you are a little bit aware of that world, or if you're an F1 fan, you might know that during the last race weekend, during the Nürburgring Endurance Series, Max Verstappen also competed in his GT3 in a Ferrari nonetheless, and he ended up winning that race. He is slowly but surely getting ready for next year's 24-hour race at the Nürburgring. This is also a fun series. This is also for free for you to watch. And the Nürburgring is just a different track. It's so fun. It's special. It's long. It's dangerous. So tune into if you're free. Moving on to number 9. We have some drag racing happening this weekend. The NHRA will have their Mission Foods drag racing series competing this weekend. This is also round 18 out of 20. So they're slowly but surely finishing up their season as well. You'll be able to tune into that on the NHRA TV subscription service. So tune in for that if you're interested in some drag racing. Or if you're in Texas, head out to the Texas Motorplex because that is where they will be competing. And last but not least, I have received a request to include some sprint car racing. Thus, here it is. Of course, the World of Outlaws will be competing with their late models. This weekend, they will be headed to the Boot Hill Speedway, and you'll be able to tune into that with a subscription through Flow Racing. So tune into that if you're into some sprint car racing. I know they have lots and lots of races throughout the season. So if you can't make it this weekend, I'm sure there will be many more that I'll be mentioning coming up. So there you have it, folks. I named 10 groupings of racing events that you can tune into, some free, some that require a subscription service, but nonetheless, I think there's some options for everybody in there. Me personally, I will definitely be tuning into the World WCR, so the Women's Motorcycle Championship, just because their championship fight is so intense right now. It's been a really fun season. We've seen a lot of new faces also on the podium or near the podium. However, the championship fight for the overall championship is quite intense. Right now, it's between Maria Herrera, who lost the championship last year during the last race, not by her own fault, which is so frustrating. So she is fighting to really earn that championship battle this year. And then she's battling against Beatrice Naila, the sweetheart of the championship, who's improved incredibly since last season. So it's really between the two of them. So we will see how this weekend pans out. Other than that, I might tune into the 4-hour race at the Nürburgring, or maybe even the 10-hour Petit Le Mans with the IMSA VeloTech Sports Car Challenge. So there's definitely a few options that I haven't decided on quite yet what I will be tuning into. But nonetheless, I am looking forward to another exciting race weekend. Do let me know in the comments what you will be tuning into, or if I missed something that you will be tuning into that's not included in my top 10. I am always open to suggestions, so please let me know. And with that, I will leave you guys for today. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy lots of fun racing. Bye-bye.